Tasman here from Tasman's Crochet Creations, and for today's tutorial I thought I'd show you how to crochet my large bee keychain, because you guys really seemed to like my mini bee keychain. Sorry, it's facing the wrong way. Because you guys really seem to like my mini bee keychain. So I decided to do a tutorial of my large bee keychain. So if you guys are following me on Instagram and Facebook, which it's the same handle as my YouTube channel, Tasman's Crochet Creations, you will know that I am crocheting keychains for a market. So this large bee is one of them, as well as this little mini bee. Okay, so let's get on with the materials for this little guy. Well, large guy compared to this one. Okay, so let's get on with the materials. Okay, so to get started on this large bee keychain, these are the materials that we'll be needing. So all of these are the same brand as this yarn. So it is Charity Double Knit Pull Skein. This color specifically is white, and this is 100% acrylic. It's 100 grams, it's approximately 233 meters and approximately 256 yards, and it recommends a 4mm crochet hook. So this is the same brand and the same weight excuse me, as all of these two yarns here. So we have white, we have bright yellow, which I have a very little bit of, but I do have another ball of this. It's not a full ball, but yeah, I thought I'd use this first. So we have some bright yellow, and then we have some black. Okay, and as for the other materials, we'll be needing a 2mm crochet hook. So I just use a 2mm crochet hook just to get those stitches nice and tight, so that the amigurumi or the bee looks nice and tight. So I use a 2mm and double knit yarn to make all of my keychains. So yeah, and all of the other things that we'll need is we'll need a tapestry needle for sewing in our ends. We'll need a pair of scissors. We'll need a stitch marker because we will be working in the round for the first part of the body. So for the head, well, not for the head, for the face, we'll be working in rounds, and then we'll start working in rows when we work up the straps, just so that we kind of have almost seamless joins. Okay, we'll be needing some safety eyes. I'm not quite sure how big these are. They look like maybe 0.8mm safety eyes. I'm not even sure if you get those sizes, but anyway. And then I just have some backings here to my safety eyes. And then I have a pair of scissors. Oh, I actually forgot one more thing. But I have a pair of scissors to stuff my bee. And with that, let me just get it out. I completely forgot. Yeah. So we will also be needing some stuffing, some pillow stuffing. We have to have pillow stuffing in order to make this bee. So yeah, I forgot about the pillow stuffing, but yes, we'll be needing the pillow stuffing. I forgot to take it out of my bag. And then we'll also be needing the little keychain and a jump ring, just so that we can attach the keychain to the bee. And then we'll also be needing some jewellery pliers just to make the job a little bit easier with attaching the jump ring or the keychain to the bee. Okay, so let's get started with today's tutorial. Okay, so to get started, we are just going to take our yarn, and now we are going to form a magic ring. So the way I like to form my magic ring is I like to take my yarn, wrap it around my finger once, twice, and then going for the third time you'd want to cross over to form an X, if you can see there. So it forms a bit of like an X, and then you'd want to insert your hook under the two loops in the front, or these sets of loops in the front. We're going to wrap our yarn over our hook like that, yarn over and pull through. Okay, and then we chain one just to secure our magic ring. Then we can take our magic ring off of our fingers, And let me actually zoom in here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now we'll be doing 6 single crochets into this magic ring. So to do a single crochet, we will insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through the 2 loops on your hook to do a single crochet. So that's 1. And make sure to go through the center of the magic ring here. I've done it a few times by accidentally, where I catch some of the yarn and the stitches, and then you can't close the magic ring properly. Okay, so again we're going to do a single crochet. So it's insert into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 2 loops on a hook, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to do another single crochet. So now we have 2. And the way to count your stitches is this like little V. I don't know if you can see there nicely, but there's like a little V. Okay, so there we have 1 and 2 stitches. So you just count the little V's, which is the tops of the stitches. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, and 6. Okay, so now that we have 6 single crochets into a magic ring, we can pull on our tail and we can see which one of these 2 loops is being pulled in. Okay, so it's the back one. So then we'll take the back one and then we'll pull it away from us from this side that is closest to the tail end, because if we try and pull on this other side, if you can see there, our tail end is being pulled in, and we do not want that. So you're going to pull on our tail end, and then we're going to pull on this other side to close this inner circle here, this other circle, this other loop. So you'll pull on that side, and you'll, as you can see, that loop has now closed, that first loop is closed. Then you'll take your tail end to get rid, then you'll take this tail end and you'll pull on it to get rid of this loop here. So you'll take this tail end and you pull on it to get rid of that loop. Okay. Okay, so now moving on to the next round. This is where we'll need our stitch marker, which I'm not sure, there it is. Yeah, so we'll need a stitch marker from here on out. So now for the next round, we're going to place an increase into each stitch around. And an increase is just 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So for the second round, our stitch count should have gone from 6 up to 12. Okay, so we're just going to go straight into that first stitch. I'm going to put my tail end over my hook so I can work my tail end in and secure it in place. So I like to yarn under just so that I can get my amigurumis nice and tight, or the stitches nice and tight. So normally you would yarn over with the yarn over your hook, but I preferably like to yarn under to get my stitches nice and tight. Okay. So we can go and place our stitch marker back after placing that first single crochet in place. Okay, let me zoom in maybe just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to do another single crochet in the same stitch we just did our first single crochet in. Okay, and then into every stitch around you're going to place an increase. So again, an increase is 2 single crochets into the same stitch around. And your stitch counts again should have gone from 6 up to 12. Okay, so again you're just placing 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And again, a single crochet is insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops on your hook to do a single crochet. Again, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay, so now I'm just going to do my last set of increases here. Okay, so now that is what it should be looking like now. So now we can just count our stitches to make sure we have 12. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, so we have 12 stitches, so we can remove our stitch marker. And now moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase in the second stitch. 1 single crochet and then an increase, 1 single crochet and an increase all the way around. And again, our stitch count should have gone up from 12 up to 18. So again, we'll do 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Okay, and then place your stitch marker back. Okay, so we've done 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to increase in the second stitch. And again, an increase is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Again, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the following stitch. And then you repeat the process around. So it's 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Again, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch. And a way to know if you are increasing correctly is the last stitch of the round should be an increase, and it should line up with the increase below, if you can see there. So all of the increases line up. Okay, so by the end of this round, you should have 18 stitches. Okay, so then we're going to remove our stitch marker. And then for this next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So that's 1. Then we can place our stitch marker back. Okay, and then we place another 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so you have 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then an increase in the next. So again, an increase is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And you just repeat that all the way around, and your stitch count should have gone up from 18 up to 24. So again, it is 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the third stitch. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then an increase into the next stitch. Oh, and I forgot to mention that for the safety eyes, I will be using a hot glue gun to just glue the eyes in place, just to secure the eyes in place so that they don't come undone, if they ever do come undone. So yeah, kind of forgot to mention that as well in the materials. Yeah, so continuing on, again we will place 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the third. Okay, again 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the third. And now we're coming up to our last set. So again, it's 1 single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the last. Okay, so we're going to increase into the last stitch. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so as I said, by the end of this round, we should have a total of 24 stitches. Okay, and again, we should be ending on an increase. As you can see there, all of our increases are lining up. Okay, moving on to the next round. This will be the last increase round. Okay, so now for this round, we're going to place 1 single crochet. Sorry, actually, no, I apologize. This is the second to last round. I thought it was the last round. Okay, so for this next round, we're placing 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then an increase in the fourth. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches after that. So it's a total of 3 single crochets that we did, and then we'll increase in the next stitch. Okay, again it's 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase in the next stitch. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then an increase, and your stitch count should have gone up from 24 up to 30 stitches by the end of this round. Okay, so again it is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then an increase in the next stitch. Oopsie. Okay, so again it is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then an increase, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then an increase into the last stitch. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like now. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, and now this is the last increase round. Okay, so we're going to remove our stitch marker, and then we're going to place 1 single crochets into the first 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase into the next stitch. And your stitch count should have gone up from 30 to 36 by the end of this round. Okay, so you'll just repeat this around, placing 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So that's 3, 4, and then an increase. 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then an increase into the next stitch. Oops. Okay, again 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. Okay, so now that is what our little face of the bee should be looking like now. So now what we will do is we will now place so now moving on to the next round, from round 7 to round 8, which is a total of, for the next 2 rounds. Okay, so now for the next 2 rounds, we'll be placing 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Okay, so we'll have no increases, no decreasing, just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And your stitch count should have remained the same as 36. So by the end of the 4th increase round, you should have a total of 36 stitches. And for the next 2 rounds, we'll be keeping the same stitch count. So we will just be placing 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Okay, so you can just repeat that for the next 2 rounds. So this round and the next round after, we'll be placing one single crochet in each stitch around for the next 2 rounds, and your stitch count should have remained the same as 36 stitches. Okay, so I'll meet back up with you when we have finished round 8. Okay, so now I have made it back round to the beginning after completing a total of 2 rounds without any increasing or decreasing, and my stitch count should have remained the same as 36 from the previous increase round. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like now. It's starting to take its shape. So now we're going to end off the yellow and we're going to join the black. So we will remove our stitch marker, and then what we will do is we will insert our hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull through. We'll have 2 loops and hook, then yarn over, so not yarn over. Then we're going to pull through, we're going to pull this loop through the loop on our hook to do a slip stitch. Whoopsie, let me show that to you again. So we will insert our hook into the next stitch. We'll yarn over, pull through, we'll have 2 loops on a hook. Then we'll pull this first loop through the second loop to do a slip stitch. So again, it's just pull that through. Okay, like that. So that's what it should be looking like now. So now we can end off the yellow. So we can grab our scissors and we can snip our yarn. Don't have to leave too much of a tail. And I like to just pull it up like that. And then just pull on that nice and tight. Okay. So now actually, if you want, you can place the safety eyes now, then later, because then we'll have the tail ends in the way and we don't want that. Okay, so let's get our safety eyes and let's do that now. I'm going to put my hot glue gun on here on the side and let that warm up while we get the safety eyes ready. Okay, so let me bring in my safety eyes. Here is the other one. I'm going to get my little plastic washers. Okay, there we go. We have 2. And put these other ones away. Okay, so now we can take our safety eyes and we can place our safety eyes in between round 4 and 5. So I like to leave my tail end at the bottom of the bee because that is where our join is. So I like to put the eyes like here and with the tail end at the bottom. Okay, so from the middle round we are going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So between round 4 and 5, so we'll place our hook, sorry, not our hook, we're going to place the safety eye there, one of them there. Okay, and then we'll take the other one and we'll insert the safety eyes 9 stitches away from this eye. So I like to just push it out a little because there is one single crochet stitch hiding underneath that safety eye. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, with 9 stitches in between them. Okay, so there we go. There's his little face. Isn't he just cute already? Okay, so then we can just take our washers and we can just push our washers on. Make sure they are nice and close to the project. Okay, same for this other eye. Oops, this other washer. Okay, so there we go. And now, as I said, I like to just take my hot glue gun. Are you hot yet? No, it's not hot yet. Okay, so I like to just take my hot glue gun, and I like to just take my safety eyes, and I like to just squeeze a little hot glue around the eyes just to secure it. Okay, there we go. Then we can put our hot glue gun off. Okay, now I can put that one side, and we can leave that to dry for a little bit. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we can grab our black yarn. We can get our black yarn ready to do the rest of our body. Okay, so it does just kind of take a few minutes for the glue to dry. Okay, so we'll just leave it to dry for a little bit. Okay, so there we go. It is somewhat dry now. Okay, so now we can attach our yarn. So now we're going to work over our tail end just like about 1 or 2 stitches, because we don't want it to be too bulky here at the bottom where the join is. So we're going to insert our hook in the same stitch we slip stitched into. Okay, and then we're going to take our yarn, we're going to wrap it around our hook, you're going to pull through, then you're going to chain 1. The chain 1 is just for leverage. It does not count as a stitch, it is just for leverage. Okay, and then we're going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds. Okay, so I've just worked over my 2 tail ends just for that first stitch. I'm going to drop those tail ends, I'm not going to work over them anymore. And then we are just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds. So we'll have 2 rounds in black, 2 rounds in yellow, and another 2 rounds in black. Okay. So you can repeat that, placing 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds. So you'll have 2 stripes in black, or 2 rows of black. Okay, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to end off, what round is it? When we are ready to end off round 10. Okay, so again you can just place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to end off the black and join the yellow once again. Okay, so now before I move on to the next round of black, or the last round of black, I just wanted to show you how I join the round. So I've just single crocheted into my last stitch, and it looks like we have a stitch next to that, but that is our slip stitch. So if you pull on that, you can see the stitch kind of goes more like that way. So yeah, that is our slip stitch. So we will skip that slip stitch, or that fake stitch, and we will insert our hook into the first stitch. So we will skip this chain 1 on the side. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you will insert your hook into the front, and then I like to yarn under. When slip stitching to join rounds, because I feel like it just gives it a nice, neater, cleaner look. So you'll yarn under, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Okay, so that is the end of the first round, and then again you can just chain 1, and you can place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for this last round of black, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what to do to end off the round and to join on the yellow. Okay, so now I am back at the beginning after completing round 10, and now it's time for me to join. Again, I'm going to skip this like fake stitch. I don't know if you can see it there very nicely. But yeah, there's kind of like a stitch there. You're going to skip that stitch because that's like the fake stitch or the slip stitch from the previous round. And again, we're going to insert into the first single crochet stitch. We're going to yarn over, we're going to insert, we're going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. Like that. And then we will cut our black. And then again, we can just pull this up like that. And then we can grab our yellow. So we can grab our yellow and we can join our yellow again. And again, we will just repeat the same thing. I'm really starting to think that this black that I have is actually a chunky black. And actually not a DK waist. But anyway, so we're going to yarn over. We're going to do a chain 1 to secure that. And again, we're just going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch to secure that. Okay. So now again, we will just place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what we'll do when we join, when we come back to join the black. It's basically the same thing, but I'll go through it with you again. Okay, so again, you can just carry on placing 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds of yellow, and again joining with the slip stitch to the beginning single crochet stitch. Okay, so you can just repeat this and I'll come back and I'll catch up with you when we have our 2 rows in yellow completed and when we are ready to join the black one more time. Okay, so now I'm back around to the beginning after completing 2 rounds of my yellow, and yeah, again we're going to join in the same way. So we're going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch, going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on a hook to do a slip stitch. And again we're going to snip off our yellow, pull that up, and then remove our yellow, and then we can get our black. We can get our black, and then we can join our black in the same stitch we slip stitched into, and then yarn over, pull through, and then again continue placing 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 2 rounds, and your stitch count should have stayed the same as 36 stitches. Okay, so you can just repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to join the yellow again to finish up the rest of the body of the bee. Okay. Okay, so now I have made it back round to the beginning again, and now we're ready to join the yellow to finish off the rest of the body. So again, we're going to insert. We're going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. And then we can take our scissors, we can snip off the black, pull that up, and then we can grab our yellow. We can insert our hook into the stitch. Okay, so we're going to insert our hook into the same stitch we slip stitched into. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. And then for the next 2 rounds, we're going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we continue. Yeah, so now for the rest of the body, we continue to work in rounds. And yeah, instead of joining at the beginning, we'll just place one single crochet into the first stitch and continue in the spiral. So then we'll have to add our stitch marker back so we can keep track of the beginning of the round. Yeah, so again for the next 2 rounds, we'll be placing one single crochet into each stitch around after we have joined the yellow. And again, your stitch count should have remained the same. It should have remained the same as 36 stitches. Okay, so you can just repeat that. And I'll come back when I'll show you how to join up to the next round. Okay, so now I have come back round to the beginning again, and now I am just going to single crochet into the first stitch. I'm not going to slip stitch. I'm just going to single crochet into the first stitch. I'm actually going to make my loop a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to place my stitch marker back. And then again, we'll just be placing one single crochet into each stitch around until you get back around to the beginning, and your stitch count should remain the same as 36 stitches. Okay, so I'll come back and I'll meet up with you when we are ready to start the decrease rounds. Okay, so you can just continue, and I'll meet back up with you when we're ready to start the decrease rounds. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, onto round 17, we will now start decreasing. So the same way we did the face is the same way we're going to do the other side of the bee, but with decreasing instead of increasing. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So just like our last row, we are going to do one single crochet into the first 4 stitches. So that's 1. Then you're going to want to place your stitch marker back and then place one single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So in total we're going to place one single crochet in the next 4. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so now I like to do the invisible decrease. So with crochet, let me get my tapestry needle. So what, get in there. Okay, so with crochet you have a front loop and you have a back loop that make up the V of the stitches. So we will insert our hook into the back loop only of the next 2 stitches, so this stitch and this stitch, to do our decrease, and I'll show you how we are going to do that. Yeah, so I like to do the invisible decrease with my amigurumis and my keychains because the normal decrease is very, very visible. So to do the invisible decrease, we're going to insert our hook excuse me, we will insert our hook into the back loop only of the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to push through the center of that V outwards, and then what we're going to do is we're going to twist our hook like this. We're going to twist our hook and we're going to just pick up the back loop with our crochet hook. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through the first loop, pull through the second loop, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to finish off your decrease. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time because I don't like how loose my stitch was. Okay, so again we're going to go into the back loop of the next stitch. We're going to twist our hook and pick up the back loop of the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull through those first, whoopsie, let me do that again. Okay, again you're going to insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch, twist your hook and insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through the first loop, pull through the second loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2 to do your decrease. Again, it is one single crochet in the next 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again a decrease. Actually, the decrease is supposed to go through the front loops, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so you're going to pick up the front loop of the first stitch or the next stitch, then again the front loop of the next stitch. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, I'm going to show you one more time. So again, through the front loop of the next stitch, through the front loop of the next stitch. And again, I'm twisting my hook so I can get underneath that front loop to go in there. And then again, you're going to yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, again, it's 1 single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a decrease through the front loop of the next stitch, the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2 to finish off your single crochet. And then again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a decrease. So insert through the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to finish off your single crochet. And now you should have 6 stitches remaining, so 4 for your actual 4 single crochets, and then the last 2 stitches for your decrease. So again, it's 1 single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a decrease over the last 2 stitches. Again, insert under the first front loop and insert under the next front loop, sorry. And then yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 to finish off your single crochet. Okay, so that's what our little bee is looking like now. And our stitch count should have gone from 36 down to 30. Again, we can remove our stitch marker, and then we can place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. So we will insert again underneath the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to finish off your single crochet. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease, again going underneath the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Again, it's 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches. Again, going through the front loops of the next 2 stitches. Okay, and then again, 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a decrease, and then 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. And your stitch count after this round should have gone down from 30 to 24. And again, you should have 5 stitches remaining, so 3 for the 3 single crochets, and then 2 for the decrease. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. Okay, so that's what our little bee is looking like now. It's almost there. Just a little bit longer, a little bit more to go. Okay, so moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2, and then we'll decrease the next 2 stitches, and then it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a decrease, and then it is 1 single crochet into the next 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, sorry, it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a decrease. Let me just make sure I did that right. 1, 2 and a decrease, 1, 2 and a decrease, 1, 2. Okay, yeah. And a decrease, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a decrease, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and a decrease. Yeah, and then we should be left with 4 stitches. So again, 2 for our 2 single crochets, and then the last 2 is for our decrease. Yeah, so again, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then a decrease into the last 2 stitches. Okay, so now it is a great time to stuff our little bees. So we can just pull out our working loop. Okay, then we can grab our big thing of stuffing. Okay, and then you can just take your blunt pair of scissors. I found that a blunt pair of scissors really does help with pushing the stuffing in. Okay, so we're just gonna take our scissors and just push the stuffing inside. Okay, so we'll need a little bit more. Probably need more than this. Okay, so I'm nearly finished with stuffing. My bee. I think he needs a little bit more. So I'm just going to grab some more here. Okay. So if you notice, I am twisting my bee around while I'm stuffing because I want to make sure I get like all of the nook and crannies basically, so that each side of the bee is nice and full. Okay, so you obviously just shape them how you want them to be. Okay, so okay, there's our little bee. I don't know if I have overstuffed him. Well, he does look a bit bigger, doesn't he? Okay, maybe I did slightly overstuff him. So we can take some stuffing out. I don't know if you can hear, but it is actually beginning to storm outside. So it's busy thundering at the moment. Okay, so yeah, I think that is all right. So now what we can do is we can carry on. Closing our little bee. Okay, so we're going to remove our stitch marker. And then what I like to do is I like to just kind of poke my finger into the stuffing to kind of like push it out the way. Okay, so we will place 1 single crochet into the first stitch, place our stitch marker back. Come on, there we go. Place the stitch marker back, and then we'll do a decrease over the next 2 stitches. Again, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then a decrease. And a decrease, and then again a 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then a decrease, and then 1 single crochet into the next stitch and a decrease. And our stitch count should have gone back down from 18 down to 12 by the end of this round. So again, I'm doing a decrease, again a 1 single crochet, whoopsie, 1 single crochet and a decrease, and then we'll be left with 3 single crochets left. So 1 single crochet and then a decrease over the last 2 stitches. Whoops, it's a little bit tricky now when we have stuffing in our little bee. Okay, so now we're on to our last round of our little bee. So now basically we'll remove our stitch marker, and then we'll just be doing a decrease all the way around. So in every stitch around we'll do a decrease, and our stitch count should have gone down from 12 down to 6. So we're basically doing the same thing as what we did at the beginning, but kind of like mirrored. So we ended with 4 stitches. So we started with the 6 single crochets into a magic ring, and now we are going to end off with 6 single crochets, if that makes any sense. Okay, so you'll just decrease all the way around. Oops. So yeah, it is just a little bit more trickier to do this with stuffing. It's a little bit more fiddlier. Okay, we have one more. Okay, so now what we can do is we can now slip stitch to the beginning, and again a slip stitch is insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. Then you can leave a little bit of a tail, you don't need such a long tail, end off, so just snip your yarn and then pull that up like that. Okay, so I just want to look one more time to see if I'm happy with the shape of my bee. I actually think it does need to be stuffed a little bit more. As you find like this. This bee is a lot larger. I really do think I accidentally used chunky yarn instead of DK weight yarn for the black. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that. I think I actually need to stuff them a little bit more. So just before I close them, I am just going to add a little bit more stuffing. Oops. Okay, so I think he is fine. Okay, so now we're just going to close up this hole at the bottom. So now the way we are going to do that is we're going to take our darning needle, and we're just going to thread our yarn, and then we're just going to go through the front loops of each stitch around. So just pick up a loop, pull through, go through the front loop of the next stitch, pull through, go through the front loop of the next stitch, pull through, go through the front loop of the next stitch, the next stitch, pull through, go through the front loop of the next stitch, pull through, go through the front of the next stitch, pull through, go through the front of the next stitch, pull through. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pull on our tail end, and it cinches that closed. So it's basically doing like a big 6 single crochet decrease, if you think about it in that way. Okay, so I just inserted my needle through any part of the bee and pulled my needle out. And again, I'm just going to repeat the process. So I'm just going to insert my needle through the stitch it came out of and out somewhere else on the body. Again, go and insert my needle into the stitch it came out of and then out somewhere else on the body. Again, insert my needle in the same stitch it came out of and come out somewhere else on the body. Okay, so what I actually want to do is I actually want to come back to this this hole that we closed, and I just want to sew over one round, if that makes any sense. So there's the center. I want to come out one round and insert my needle and come out somewhere else on the body and pull that out. So what that does is that kind of like cinches in the bee at the bottom. Okay. So I'm just gonna weave in my tail end a bit more. So yeah, you'll just keep repeating this until you're happy with the amount of times you have secured your tail end in place. I figured out you only really need to weave in your tail end about 4 to 5 times for it to be like secured properly. Okay. So now we just need to make his little wings. So we can just take our scissors and we can snip our yarn close to the project, making sure not to snip the actual stitches of the bee. Okay, so that is our little bee, well, large bee. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the wings. Okay, so now moving on to the wings, we are now going to do the wings. So we will do the wings the same way. We're going to start the wings the same way we did with the bee. So we're going to take our yarn, we're going to wrap it around our finger once. We're going to wrap it around once, twice, and then 3 times and cross over on the 3rd time to form an X. Then you're going to insert under those 2 loops, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, and then chain 1 just to secure that magic ring. And then you can pull the magic ring off your fingers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place 10 double crochets into the magic ring. And a double crochet is a yarn over, insert into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. So the first 2 loops, and then we'll have another 2 loops on a hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Again, it is yarn over, insert into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops in a hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2, then we're going to yarn over and pull through the then we're going to pull through those 2 loops on a hook. Then we're going to yarn over, insert again, we're going to yarn over, pull through. We're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so we'll need 10 of these. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I just want to make sure I have 10. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. No, that's my chain, I think. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I need to do one more. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to again tug on our tail end, and we're going to see which one comes in. So it looks like it is this one that comes in, so you just want to pull on that. There we go, to cinch up this other loop. So pull that in. Once that is pulled in, then you can take your other tail end to close up this loop. So pull on your tail end, it will close up that loop, and then we will slip stitch to the beginning, double crochet. So it's not this big like chain stitch here. I don't know if you can see that nicely there, but this next double crochet stitch was the first double crochet stitch. We are going to work over our tail end so we can draw in our wings a bit. Okay, so we're going to place our tail end over, then we're going to slip stitch the beginning. So again, it is insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. And then we'll do 2 double crochets into each stitch around. So I'm just going to chain 2 for leverage. Okay, and then again a double crochet is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1, and then we'll do another one in the same stitch that we double crocheted into previously. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And we'll do that in each stitch around. So stitch count should go on up from 10 up to 20. So it's yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, whoopsie, that wasn't into the top of the stitch, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and then 1 double crochet again into the same stitch, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So again, you're going to do 2 double crochets into each stitch around, basically doing an increase into every stitch around. And your stitch count should have gone up from 10 up to 20. Okay. Oops. Okay, so I'm nearly finished with this wing, so I'm just going to carry on until the end. Okay, and then we can slip stitch to the beginning double crochet stitch. Okay, so now we can slip stitch to the beginning double crochet stitch. Okay, so the wing is actually pulled in enough, so we don't have to worry about this tail end. So now you just want to leave quite a decent amount of yarn for your tail end, because we will sew this to the bee. So I'm just going to yarn over and pull that through, and then I'm just going to snip off this tail end because we don't need it. Okay, so now you can just go and make yourself another wing, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how we can attach our wings to our little bee. Okay, so now I am back and I have finished crocheting my 2 wings, as you can see here. So now it's just time to attach them to the bee. So we can set our little bee aside. We can then grab one of our wings, just thread our darning needle, and then what I like to do is so we're going to take the bee. So now I want the wings to sit obviously like in the middle of the bee. So I'm going to say roughly here. So I'm going to insert my needle into the one stitch and then come out the other side, just in the middle of this yellow and in the middle of the eyes. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that through, and then I'm just going to come back into the wing where like the same where I slip stitched into to join. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my needle into the same stitch I came out of, so over here, but then I'm going to come out of this stitch here to the side. Actually no, it's this one there. Okay, so there is where I previously came out of, and I've poked my needle into the stitch on the other side. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that in there, and then I'm gonna sew back into the wing onto the next stitch like that, and then I'm gonna insert my needle back into this middle stitch, back there into the middle stitch, and then I'm gonna poke my needle out this side. So now if you look, it is exactly like kind of like opposite to that stitch there coming out there. So I am going to pull that through. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to just catch the back stitches of the wing here, so like that, and then I like to just pull that in and then just sew back down over here, and then come out somewhere else on the bee like that. So it kind of secures the wing down like that, and I think I'm actually going to come back out over here and just secure this other stitch down here on this side and come back into this stitch here. Okay, so there we go, that is the one wing. And then to secure it again, I'm just going to insert my needle in the same stitch that I came out of and come out somewhere else in the body. Again, insert my needle into the same stitch I came out of and somewhere else on the body. Again, insert my needle into the same stitch I came out of and out somewhere else on the body. And you would just want to do that just a handful of times, like I would say about like maybe 5 times, just to securely sew the wing in place. Again, so I'm just going to do this 3 more times. Come out somewhere else on the body and insert my needle into the body, into the same stitch it came out of, and poke my needle out somewhere else in the body. Okay, so I can take my scissors and I can cut my tail end close to the bee but not cutting into the bee. Okay, so that's his one wing done, and then we can just repeat the same process for the other wing. So again, I'm just going to thread my my tapestry needle or my darning needle, and I can cut this tail end. I thought I had already cut it. Okay, so we can just cut off that tail end, and again we were going to insert the needle from the center, the same stitch that this is coming out of, and out the other side, and then back into the stitch that you came out of, and then into the next stitch, and then again you just want to offset this to the side. So you're going to insert the needle, and then so you're going to insert the needle into the same stitch of this other wing is sewn into, and then come out the other side. Okay, like that. And then again I'm just going to tack down the side of the wing, so I just catch those stitches, and then again just sew down, insert my needle back down into this stitch here, over here, and out somewhere else on the bee, like that. Okay, and then you can just sew in your tail end like how we have been doing. So insert your needle through the same stitch you came out of, and out through somewhere else on the body. Okay, and again in through the same stitch you came out of, and then out somewhere else on the body. Oops. And then yeah, you would just repeat this around, not around, you just repeat this a few times until you are happy with the way he is. Yeah, so I think I'm happy with that. So now I am just going to now trim off my tail end. Okay, so now there he is. He looks a bit wonky. I think that's because of the, the chunky yarn that I accidentally used. Yeah, there is our little bee, our large bee actually. I must stop saying little bee because this is not a little bee compared to my mini bee. This is a large bee. So yeah, there he is, looking all cute with his little wings. So yeah, the only thing that's left to do now is just to add the keychain. So I actually decided that I am going to go with my lobster claw keychain. So I actually got this keychain as part of my gifts when I ordered my keychains in bulk. So this was part of my little gift. I received 2 of these lobster claw keychains, and I received 2 of these lobster claw keychains, and like I think 4 triangular jump rings, and like a hexagonal acrylic or perspex, a hexagonal perspex piece that was cut out. So yeah, I am going to attach this to my keychain. So I have got my jump ring here. So you just want to take your jump ring and your jewelry pliers, and you just want to find the stitch like literally like right in front of the wings. Well, actually the same stitch as the wings. So as you can see there, the wings are coming out of, let me actually zoom in. Okay, so if I zoom in here, you can see there where the stitches are coming out of. So we're literally going to poke the jump ring in through that stitch like that, and then we can grab our keychain. So this part here, and close the jump ring. So there's my little keychain. Let me zoom back out. There we go. So there's my little bee keychain. I'm actually so excited about this, even though I've made 5 of these keychains already. Because as some of you may not know, I am busy making keychains to make as stock to sell at a market eventually. I've made like I think 70 keychains so far. Basically I'm making 5 of each keychain. So yeah, I'm really happy with how my bee came out. I'm like really excited because this is going to go on my school bag. Not my school bag, my bag that I'm going to use for college. So yeah, I am really excited about how he came out. And for the normal keychain, you would literally just do the same method, except it won't have the lobster claw basically. So you will just attach the jump ring to the bee the same way I showed you, and then you'll just attach the keychain and close the jump ring. yeah, so I'm quite happy with the way he came out. So yeah. Okay guys, so that is it for today's tutorial on how to crochet this large bee keychain. I think he's just so adorable, like look at him. And this is the mini bee keychain again in just like comparison sizes. But yeah, I really like how he turned out, even though it works up with like chunky chunky black yarn. Yeah, I'm really happy with my little bee. So yeah, I am going to put him on my school bag. I actually have college tomorrow, like it starts tomorrow, officially starts tomorrow. So yeah, the day that you're seeing this, it'll probably be the day that I'm at college. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way he came out. Isn't he just cute? I love him. I can't wait till I put him on my school bag. So yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah. I'm officially back at college now. So I won't be uploading tutorials as often as I have been. I know I have been quite absent from YouTube lately, or not as uploading as much as I used to, because I have been trying to do my market, my keychains for my market, and I have also been trying to complete orders. I've had so many orders lately, it is crazy. I've been shipping out like everywhere in South Africa. It is crazy. From like Johannesburg to Cape Town to Polokwane to like all these places. It is amazing. I cannot believe it has come to this. Like really, I am so happy about it, and I feel like that each and every day, I carry on with YouTube and my crocheting. I just feel like every day I'm one step closer to getting where I need to be in life, which is having my own YouTube channel, my own crochet shop, and just basically, I don't know how to put this, but basically crocheting full time. Like, I feel like each and every day I'm working to this goal, and I literally feel like each and every day I'm getting closer and closer to it, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited for the future, guys. You have no idea. I really can't wait to start selling at markets. But yeah, anyways, enough rambling on. I'm just really excited about how my big bee has come out, and yeah, I'll actually also insert little video clips of it on my bag. So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching on how to crochet this large bee keychain with me. I really enjoyed crocheting this keychain with you, and I really hope that you learned how to crochet this bee without any problems at all. And if you do have any problems, let me know. Comments in the comment section down below, or hit me up on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I'll always be willing to help you. And yeah, I will definitely put the tutorial for this mini bee in the corner over here. So if you do want to go check this little mini bee out, oh come on, little mini bee, there you go. If you want to check out the little mini bee, then yeah, head over to this video. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your crocheting. Bye, guys.